So first off, I am so excited you guys are here. I am so grateful that you actually took the time to come join live and listen to this training with me. So if you stay until the end, there's going to be a special bonus that I'm going to be offering that's only going to be available to you guys. It's not going to be available to the public. And again, I'm so grateful you are here, and I hope you learn a lot from this training. So I do want to be mindful of the time. If you have any questions throughout the training, feel free to throw them in the chat. But I feel free to also take photos, share it to your stories. I would love to actually see who's on live, and I'll reshare it to my stories. And then I also recommend to silence your phone so you don't have any distractions. Grab a notebook and view the next 60 minutes together as an investment in your time and your business. And we will be doing a Q&A after. So let's jump into it. So if you're in the right place, if you have a service-based business, you're an entrepreneur, a coach, or you have a side hustle and you're ready to take your business to the next level on social media while getting more clients and sales and learning how to grow your brand. But maybe you are sick of throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks, feeling stuck with how to grow your account, and maybe you're just like overwhelmed with the different advice everyone is giving, all the gurus are giving on social media because nothing's really working for you. And then you don't know how to get people to actually see your content, what you offer, and to actually buy from you. So you know you could be doing more, but you're just not sure what that is. And I would love to help you with this. So if you have if any of this actually resonates with you, then you're in the right place. Put yes in the comments if you're dealing with any of this right now. I would love to see if you guys relate to this, because we've all been there. I know I have. So I would love to throw a yes in the comments. All right. So I want to share with you guys also, if you stay with me until the end for the Q&A, I'll be sharing something I'm very excited to launch. I'll be officially announcing my Social Accelerator Mastermind. And for those of you guys that are live and watching the replay, you're going to receive an exclusive offer that I will not be sharing to the public. So I seriously can't wait to share this with you for the first time ever. So I also want you guys to share with me in the chat what stage of your business you are at right now. So put a 1 in the chat if you've just started your journey. Put a 2 if you've been doing it for a bit, but maybe you've hit a growth block. And then put 3 if you have always wanted to start your own online business or brand, but you just don't know where to start. Okay, so now I want you to envision what your life would look like if you were consistent with showing up because you knew the exact content you needed to post. You felt confident sharing your message and becoming the expert in your industry. You have your dream clients flooding into purchase from you because you knew exactly how to sell to them, and you took your account and business to the next level. I know when you come from a place of feeling overwhelmed, it can sometimes be hard for you to even acknowledge that it is possible for you and you know what is going to work for you. So before we jump in, let me do a quick introduction of myself in case you guys don't know me and give you a quick recap of how I even got here today. So hi, my name is Katrina Labar, and I'm a social media and business coach. I originally started out with my own event company in 2015, working that next to my serving and bartending job, building it up through social media. I started my event company because I always wanted to be my own boss, working on my terms while traveling and working abroad. But I definitely got into the wrong industry for those goals. So then in 2016, I was approached about joining a network marketing company. And I decided to do that because I was still paying off my investment for my event company and I could use the extra cash. And it was more flexible than my other 2 jobs. So I could actually work it next to my 2 jobs, and it didn't need for me to put a lot of time into it. And then I was, as I was starting to build my business through social media, I built a team, and I realized just how much I actually loved posting on social media and building a brand and then selling on this platform. And I was actually so burnt out working every weekend with my event company with very long days. I just couldn't imagine doing that for a few more years. So I eventually decided to drop my event company and run with my network marketing business. And my network marketing business played a massive role in where I am today. So in 2018, I started to study a lot of personal development and business coaching and growing that next to my network marketing business, all while I was living abroad in Barbados and Cayman Islands just for a few years. So learning how to fully market my business on Instagram because I was not able to get my products there. And then in 2020, when Reels were released, I started running with them because I absolutely loved video content. I already had a YouTube channel going. So I ran with that and I decided to jump on the 30-day Reels challenge, which did not do much for my account. So I stayed consistent. And when I actually hit the 90-day point, my account started to explode. I went from 5,000 followers to 25K, and I already knew how to gain clients and sell through the platform. So I decided I was going to start sharing my knowledge with my audience. And I got so many DMs asking me how I grew so fast from my business, from business owners, that I decided it would probably be smart to start coaching them how to do it as well and to grow their business. So at first, I was focusing a lot on network marketing people, and then I moved more to business owners, coaches, and entrepreneurs. And that's when I decided going to fully run with that through social media. And that's when I pivoted from network marketing. I dropped my network marketing company and I ran fully with my social media and business coaching. And that's kind of how I got to where I am today. So that is my story. I absolutely never expected that I would go to college for event planning and then a few years later end up as a social media and business coach. But here we are today, and I couldn't be happier because this was the exact business I was looking for freedom, flexibility, and the opportunity to create a massive impact on a global platform. I've coached over 500 plus business owners and coaches, helping them to grow their account and business on social media. I grew my account to over 10,000 followers in 11 weeks. So my goal today is to not only just help you grow your account, but really to grow your business. So I help business owners learn how to grow and stand out in their industry, learn multiple ways to monetize on social media to increase their revenue and impact, and then build a sustainable business that you are going to love. So as a disclaimer, this is just to let you know that there is no right way and there is no wrong way to run your business. It is your job as a business owner to hop on trainings like this one and learn the platform and industry for your business and to make the most impact for your community. Another thing is to have self-awareness. So especially when it comes to selling, if something doesn't feel good or empower you, then it may be time for you to pivot. So now I hope you learned some things from this training, but I want you to recognize that you don't have to do the things the way I do things to be successful. Find what works best for you and feels best for you, and then stay consistent with that. So in today's training, we're going to touch on how to attract your dream clients to your profile with your brand story, what to post to get your audience to buy, how to optimize your bio highlights for sales, and then how to sell on Instagram. This has come from a lot of coaching sessions and questions being asked on Instagram that they don't have the confidence, or they don't know how to show up and sell, or they don't even know what type of content to be posting. So I'm hoping this training will give you some confidence and clarity on how to show up, grow your profile, attract, and sell on social media. So I will not be teaching you the follow method, using bots or giveaways as a strategy to grow your business. We want ideal followers that will eventually buy from us and engage with us. And trust me, I know many people that have done these methods where I've made them start a new account. So this is not a way to grow your business or your account. More followers does not equal more sales. So how do we stand out in our industry? We all know Instagram is full of everyone doing the same trends, same style of content, and repeating the same generic messaging within your industry. So what is going to help you stand out is going to be your personal brand and your story. This is what is going to help you create content that is relatable and actually attracts the right people to your page. Then once you have them on your page and following you, you repeating your story and your obstacles and the behind the scenes of who you are and how you overcame your struggles is what is going to build that like, know, and trust factor with them. And this is how you're going to convert a follower into a customer. So people don't buy products, they buy people. And we also buy from emotion because we feel connected with that person. So think about the last time you actually purchased something. Was it because of their expertise, or was it because you've been following them for a while? You got to see behind the scenes of who they are. You got to know them on a more personal level, and you're like, I like you, I'm going to purchase from you. So that is the whole point. Like you need to show up with emotion. You need to share your story, and you need to be you on social media. So before we get into content and sales, you need to truly figure out your own personal brand. So this is what will help you stand out. It's going to make you relatable and it's going to make you sales. Everyone is struggling to get their share of attention on the internet. And we know how difficult it is to actually find and attract ideal clients despite the countless opportunities to connect online. So you can either go to your audience and tell them all about yourself and your stories or lives, or you can actually establish a powerful online presence to attract your ideal clients through storytelling within your content. And you're nothing unless you actually have a strategy to get people's attention. So let's face it, getting your audience to pay attention is an uphill battle. It's never ending, but we see thousands of businesses that have a website or social media profile and it doesn't work, but they have absolutely no clue why they're unable to actually reach their audience or vice versa. So I want you to make your audience fall in love with you and your business, but you cannot accomplish this goal unless you have established yourself as an authority and shared your unique story with them to actually build trust with them. So let's get clear what personal branding is and how you can discover your own. So just like I gave you my introduction, that was my own personal story of how I got to where I am today. And obviously I would go a little bit more into the struggles because there's lots of struggles that I didn't share, but I want to keep this quick for you. But storytelling is so important. So maybe me as an event planner, me doing network marketing is now relatable to someone that may be interested that's doing network marketing. So I want you to screenshot these questions and figure out what your brand story is and what your brand represents. So it's who you are, your beliefs, how you act and show up, what makes you different than others, your story, your why, your visuals on your profile, the mood on your page, the words and language that you use. And also the most important, how you actually make someone feel. So I would go through all these questions and get really clear with why you were doing what you do, your story behind it all, and the obstacles that you overcame to get to where you are and the reason you want others to get there as well. So whether you are a fashion designer or an influencer, what is your why? What is that what was it that no designer was making your right size clothes for your height and body shape, so you decided to do it yourself and then you got into fashion? Or is it that you wanted the flexibility to travel and work abroad, so you became an online influencer? You know the reasoning of why you started your business, the emotions and the story behind it. But it is so important that you start sharing that story with your audience. It is so crucial for you to show up as you and show behind the scenes of you building your business, you using your voice in your content and sharing your opinions, which will help you stand out. It's not hard to understand that people are likely to do business with someone they like, know, or trust. However, being a brand or a business owner, you must establish first why people should trust you. So when you do show up genuine and authentically with your audience, instead of them considering you as a last option or choosing someone with more experience, your audience will start seeing you as their first choice because of your story that they can actually relate to and that they feel connected with you, because this is how you will start to make sales once you've built trust with your community. So this will obviously not develop overnight. It is a process to build trust, but it is so important for you to gain clarity on your story and your why that your ideal client is going to relate to. Okay, so now let me ask you a question. Showing up on Instagram, does your Instagram cycle currently look like this when creating content for your business? And this could be why maybe it's not working for you. So when you're hopping on Instagram, you spend hours looking for content, inspo, and audios, then create a reel someone else created, and then record it and then edit it. 2, you then rush to post something to get it out there as quickly as possible because you're trying to do that one post a day that all the gurus are recommending. 3, you then post the post that you spent hours on and it completely flops and you feel discouraged and it feels hopeless that it's ever going to work for you. 4, you then try a few more times and still you're not seeing the results. So you end up becoming inconsistent and you start to feel burnt out. So does this cycle for you feel familiar? So many people have been stuck in this vicious cycle until they have learned what you're going to learn today. So don't be so hard on yourself. We have all been there. This is why it is so important to figure out who you are creating content for, and having a strong content strategy is so necessary. So let's break down a brief little what the algorithm is if you actually have no idea how it works, because it is important to know so we stop blaming the algorithm for our own content. And I feel like a lot of people get confused as to what exactly it is and what it does and why sometimes it's not working with us. And I know we probably are like, well, it can't be our content. The algorithm must be out to get us. It's not. The bad thing is you can't beat the algorithm, but the good news is you can figure out how to actually work with the algorithm in your favor. So in order to have the algorithm working for you, this is how it works. There are multiple algorithms within Instagram, within actually every single feature you're using, and the Explore page. Each one has its own algorithm. But to break down our main concern for the algorithm is, why is no one seeing our content? And this is how it works. You share a post, and then Instagram is going to send it to your followers, usually to the ones who you engage with, your content the most, the people that are your biggest fans, and your comments, your stories, DMs. That's who it gets sent out to first. Then after they've engaged with it, you share a post, and then Instagram is going to show it to your followers. And people start engaging with that. And then this is because then Instagram's going to push that post out to more people and to new eyes if your audience, your original audience, is going to engage with it. And then those people, after engaging with it, this is when it starts to go viral. It goes viral, or it goes to the Explore page when those new eyes have now engaged with your content. So the other way it also works is you share a post, Instagram shares it to your most engaged follower, they engage with it, but then the new eyes are not engaging with your content. And that is when the algorithm stops pushing out your posts, your content dies, and then it loses traction. So that is what happens if you're not being very specific with your content of who it's being sent out to. So the algorithm can actually work with you when you understand and gain clarity on who you are creating your content for. And when you do this, the algorithm is going to cater to your content and send it out to the right people who are going to actually be interested in it. Because if it's confused messaging within your captions, within your video, and it gets sent to the wrong people, they're not going to engage with it, because the people that's getting sent to, they're not interested in that content. So this is why it's important for us to be consistent on our page, so the algorithm consistently knows who to send our content out to based on what we're sharing on our feed. Okay, so let's break it down a bit further with content in mind, content that is going to help you convert depending on the goals that you have on Instagram. So the first one is going to be discovery, which is from growth content. So this is with the intention to get new followers and grow your account. You can do relatable content within your industry and clients. So this is the content that won't build your authority, but it will be like entertaining to the viewer to get them over to your page. The next one is going to be the nurturing content and curiosity content. This is where you are going to, you're going to start showing your expertise and building that like, know, and trust with them. This is the content where you are sharing so much value, and it's like the bingeable content. So whether you're doing a series, you're storytelling, you're doing carousel posts, really making your audience a part of the conversation within your content, where this is where you're going to like build that community and then build that trust. And this is the nurturing of your ideal clients. And the next one is consideration. So this is when you're posting high converting content, AKA sales content. So this is the content where it is sharing value, then giving a CTA to purchase your course, or where you're sharing testimonials from your clients, or bringing them on the journey of working with you. Sorry guys, you can just mute yourselves.
It's not on.
Sorry guys. Yeah. So this is going to be, if you guys can just please mute yourself. Thank you so much. This is when you would hop in stories, lives, longer format videos to really sell yourself.
But it's not enabled.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. So the last is the conversion. So this is going to be the hard CTA, where you are telling them the exact steps to take to go and purchase your offer, to click the link in your bio, to maybe even DM you Mastermind, and telling them exactly what action to take. So this is the process. Each step of this is so important to convert your follower into a customer. And this is why each week you should be posting each of these pillars within your content, because you need to remember your followers are always going to be at a different pillar. So they're never going to be all at the same one. as you're growing your page. So it's so crucial that each week you're posting each one of these. Okay, so who are you serving? So once you have clarity on your story, the types of content you need to make, the next thing to gain clarity on is exactly who your ideal client is that you are creating content for. So majority of the time, you're creating content for someone that is where we were, which we learned how to overcome that struggle ourselves, which then became a skill set for us. And then I would also recommend maybe take a screenshot if you don't know exactly who your ideal client is, just to answer these and gain some clarity on it. And this is also going to help you create content for them. So who do you help? How do you help them? Why are you qualified to help them? Where are they currently in life at this very moment? What is a current struggle that they have? And then how can you help them understand and then solve that problem? And then you're going to create your content strategy around it. So it's so important for us to know exactly who we are speaking to. And then you must determine your content pillars based off of this information by doing market research with your audience. This is why having a content strategy is so crucial, or else you're just going to be posting the post. And you're going to hear crickets because your messaging is not clear who it's for, or maybe what you're speaking about is not even what your audience wants to hear about. So based on the information you end up gathering from your audience, this is when you would about your audience, this is when you would start creating your strategy that would be developed around your skill sets, what topic you're an expert at, and then the product or service that you would provide to your ideal clients. Your strategy can always change as a business owner and as your business evolves, or as you get to know your audience more. So mine constantly changes as I'm starting to scale more to high ticket offers because my clients are now more high at a certain level of income. So your business will change constantly and your strategy as your business evolves. So there are a few places on Instagram too, if you want to get to know your audience more and where you can actually get some information about your ideal client's current struggles. This could be in your DMs, in your comment section, and actually asking them within your stories consistently. And do more research on YouTube, Pinterest, Answer the Public, to see topics that are currently trending in your industry. I do so much research consistently. Like if I get a question in the comments, I am going to my Google Doc and I'm adding that in the Google Doc. I have a whole Google Doc of questions, of topics that have been asked from ideal clients, and just like constantly keeping data. And this is what helps me also produce content. So I'm never running out of ideas. And YouTube, Pinterest, and Answer the Public are incredible for this as well, to go on there, find hooks, find trending topics, so you can constantly stay relevant with your content. Okay, so I'm going to take a quick second and do a check-in. How is everyone feeling so far? Are we excited to now get into the topic everyone either loves or they hate, which is making money on Instagram? So who is excited to learn some strategies to show up and sell? Put a hell yes in the chat if you are ready. Okay, amazing. Perfect. Love it. Okay, so let's get into it. So first, we're going to start with why your Instagram may not be working for your business when making sales. And these can be a few reasons why it's not working at the moment and why you're not converting them. So one, you're not being consistent. So you're not showing up consistently for your audience. They are expecting to see you every day or most of the week posting content, or maybe you started to post most days and you were on a roll, and then all of a sudden you fell off the app and you disappeared. And it's okay. Most of us have been there where we hit a wall, we're feeling burnt out, and it can be really hard for us to like pick that momentum back up once you have slowed down. So the key with consistency is finding a strategy of posting that is going to work best for you and your schedule and where your audience currently is, and knowing, like, so you want your audience to know basically that maybe you're showing up only from Monday to Wednesday, and that's okay, but it's creating that consistency so your audience can start expecting that from you. So find what's going to work best for you that is going to help you show up consistently to build that trust with your audience, because if you are flaky with showing up, then it's going to be so hard to build trust with your audience when they're expecting to see you and you're posting and ghosting. So Number two is you are only applying generic tips and strategies from experts on Instagram, but you have no proof from them if these strategies actually worked for them or if they have even tried it out themselves. So they're not talking from experience, rather they are just jumping on trends and then telling you to implement it. And to implement these strategies that they actually don't know if they work for you, even because maybe they're generalized, they're not very specific to you and your niche, and they're not tested out. So what you want to do is to actually test out the strategy that is different strategies and see what's going to work best for you and your business. And then what will actually resonate with your audience. Not every strategy is going to work with your audience. You don't need to jump on trends because that's not going to work for every business. It's going to look ridiculous for some businesses. So find what's going to work best for you to help you grow your business, your audience, and your income. And then three, you don't know what to post to make sales. This could be because you were trying too many things or nothing at all. So I know that this one and getting your audience to buy can be a sensitive topic for some people. Some people feel a little icky showing up, trying to get your audience to buy something from you. So you don't know how to approach a situation and create content that doesn't feel salesy to you. But remember, there is a fine line of educating your audience on how you help them and what you offer and actually pushing the sale down their throat. So an example of this could be cold DMing people and just sending them a pitch. We all get those spam messages, and I know I definitely hate those. I wish they would go away, and I don't enjoy receiving them and don't even read them most of the time. So this I do not recommend. And I know you guys know what I mean because they're all in our spam folder on Instagram, and there's every single day you're getting one. So that is not something I recommend to do. Okay, and the first most important part, let's get into like the sales part of it. We're all probably here for. The most important thing to know is the way to sell anything is going to be from your energy. 100%. You can have the best offer, but if your energy is off, no one's going to purchase it. And I know most of us get stuck because we have that icky feeling of being pushy talking about our offer, but you need to remember people feel that. So you need to, when you feel this way and you show up to talk about people with that, it's kind of in your voice. We feel that in your energy. Like if you don't have the confidence of talking about your offer, then most likely people are not going to feel confident in buying it. So how will others feel excited and want to purchase from you when you're not sharing your excitement about it? So I get it. I used to hate talking about my offers. And when I did network marketing, my mentor, like when I first started, I was the worst because I was like, I can sell this business without even talking about it. No, you cannot. My mentor used to constantly ask me why I never talked about the business or talked about the products or showed them. And it was because I felt I was being salesy by talking about my business. And guess what? I never grew my team, never sold any products. And at the point of my business, that point, because I didn't talk about it, nor did I truly believe it would work for me, that no one wanted to buy from me. So if you can relate to this, put in the chat. I would love to see if you guys are maybe at that point in your business where you feel a little icky to show up and talk about your products and service. So yeah, just put it in the chat and I would love to read them after. But today it is so different. I absolutely love selling. So how I got to this point of where I love talking about my products and service and I love preaching my offers online is by experimenting and finding out what is fun and what works best for me inside of selling. So I think a lot of the times we think we have to talk about the features of the offer or the features of the product and have a call to action to the link to my offer. And yes, that is part of selling, but there is also a lot of the other parts of selling that you might be able to draw energy from. So finding what excites you when it comes to selling, and I'm going to list out a few things and maybe one of them will resonate with you and help you gain that excitement when showing up and selling. So the first one is maybe you enjoy people joining your offer. Like that is exciting. You're seeing the sales come in. Maybe that is super exciting to you because I know I love that. It makes me excited when people want to be a part of my world and want to learn from me. That just fills me up. Or maybe you love creating branded videos and content for your launch, and the hype is what really gets you excited when launching your offer or product because you love the energy from your audience when they see your new content. Or maybe it's the energy from the people inside your offer. So maybe you thrive from teaching live or group coaching and people people like commenting in the chat and you thrive off of their energy. Or maybe you love constantly launching new offers and that is what makes it exciting for you. Or maybe it's creating a one-time offer and pushing only that offer and not building out new ones. So all of these are things you can pull energy from. So I want you to figure out which one is going to light you up and do more of that. And my hope is that by figuring it out, you can actually make selling more enjoyable for yourself. And if any of these things you don't enjoy doing or something you are currently doing that makes you avoid showing up, how can we shift that and avoid you from doing it to make sure the energy is fun while you're actually selling your product or service? And the next thing I want you to do is you must show up and talk about your offers every single day. Yes, I said it, every single day. There's different ways to do it though. And here's a perfect example. Rihanna, she did it at the Super Bowl halftime show, guys. And in the middle of her performance, she took a 2-second break to touch up her makeup with her own Fenty line. And guess what her social media team did right after that? They posted on her social media the photo of her doing that and wrote the product that she was using. And Rihanna's sales skyrocketed for that product. I think it was by like 800%. So if Rihanna is doing it during the biggest live performance, why are we so afraid to show up and do it with our own audience? So you also wouldn't walk into a store and see the shelves were completely empty one day, let's say a grocery store, and you ask them where their product is, and they say, we decided not to sell today. That just wouldn't happen. So now you need to talk about your products and service. So have you actually, if you look at your social media today, have you posted anything today about your products or offers? You never know when you will have someone new check out your stories that might be interested in what you're offering, or maybe it hasn't been the right moment for them, but right now is the right moment where they're feeling like they really need this product or service. And sometimes it takes people 7 times to see something before they even consider to buy it. And if you are constantly showing up and talking about your offer, guess what? You will be at top of mind for them in order for people to actually want to purchase from you. And this is why you need to sell every single day, but it doesn't always have to look the same way of you selling. Selling every day can look completely different. So let me give you one example. Let's say we followed a business that sold vegan baked goods, and all they ever did was post their baked goods. That's good because that is what their business is. But they never actually told people how to purchase it. They never told them that they were even selling the baked goods. They only posted pictures of the items. There was no call to actions. There was no reviews. There was no links to purchase. I would actually start to think that this page isn't selling anything, and they're more just like a personal page posting the items of the things that they make. So what I would end up doing is probably unfollowing them because they look like a personal page. So it's really important for you to shift the way you think about selling and feeling salesy, because if you are not consistently mentioning and showing your products and service, no one is going to know what you even offer. So let's get into where to sell on Instagram. And I'm going to share where I usually sell on Instagram, a few favorites, and maybe you guys, I want to teach you a few different things that maybe you're not currently doing. And so my feed is where I share all of my knowledge and my expertise. And this is how I build my authority and trust with my audience. And I attract a new audience as well. And I give so much value on my feed. I share tips, how-tos, behind the scenes content of me working with clients, updates, and anything I know my audience would benefit from. But I do not use my feed to sell unless it is a call to action at the end of the video or within the caption or the last slide of a carousel post after I have shared tips that are value-based and related to the offer. So if you're a product-based business, this can be a bit different, but things I would never recommend do as a product-based business is to have post deals or graphics with 40% off on your products. Instead, I would be using my feed to showcase my products for my business, showcase how to use them, showcase the benefits. So you need to stop thinking about what you want from people and start thinking about what you can offer them. Create such valuable, great content that is going to encourage your audience to take action on your products and service. So my call to action to you after this training is to go and analyze your feed. And is your content valuable? That actually is going to move people to take action without you needing to ask them to? Or is your feed looking a little salesy that it may make people leave your profile? Remember though, if you are selling in these places I am about to mention, but you don't have a valuable, powerful feed that moves people to take action, the sales part is never going to work for you. You must first put it in the work, sharing a ton of value that people can implement that will actually give them results. And then your feed is what will do the work when you start to sell. So in my opinion, one of the top places to sell is your stories. And I'll explain to you why. I absolutely love stories. This is where all your biggest fans are every single day watching your everyday life. Your stories are basically the reality show of your life and business, where you are going to show your face, connect with your audience, and you're going to sell your offers. This is where you will document your life from the perspective of your business. So it is really important to make sure that the main lens of your stories is your business, and that you do have a strategy when creating stories, but to add in personal touches so people get to know you and can relate to you. So for instance, you're going to see my dog Loki occasionally in my stories. He is a part of my brand. He is my dog, right? So it's adding more of a personal touch so other dog owners can relate. And then maybe we have that. That's my way to make relatable content, is we both have dogs. And then you're going to show behind, and then I also show like behind the scenes of me working and building my business and taking people on the journey with me while growing my business. So you really want to start creating a conversation also by using polls, like communicate with your audience, add the question box. And my new favorite is the emoji button, especially when selling. It's just so easy to throw on your stories. And if you're interested and want more details, click the emoji button. I absolutely love it. It's so easy. There's no thinking about what option to choose. It's just a one tap. So when you do this, you want to be asking them questions to encourage them to want to hit those buttons and start that conversation that could lead to your DMs. Also, stories are a funnel to your DMs, which is great because if you get them to your DMs, this is where you are going to build a relationship with them. And your content, in case you didn't know this, when you're in your DMs with someone, your content starts popping up more for them on their feed when they are in your DMs. That is part of the algorithm, which is why you want to get people into your DMs. Okay, so this is an example I did when I wanted to play a game with my audience to get them to engage. And this is how well do you know me? And I had about 6 or 7 stories of questions. And when they got to the end one, to see how they did, I actually got so many DMs from people telling me the results. And then I also went through the poll and I sent the people that participated in the last poll a message telling them, great job, nice try, and on their guesses, and which started a conversation in the DMs, which also got my content in front of them more. So there is a strategy to it. So when you start to structure your stories like this, it also makes it more interesting to follow along and keep the viewer's attention to actually watch until the end. So another option that works so well is you can share client stories, their wins, and testimonials within your stories. These actually drive so many sales because you're showing your audience social proof. I can honestly see such a difference in my sales when I would post people joining my offers, like welcome stories, or sharing their testimonials to my stories and mentioning which, if it's working with me one-on-one or if it's from my course or what it was from. And then like, this is just something people can actually connect with and show your expertise and your worth by the people who are actually working with you. It also creates that feeling of FOMO. So where they are, maybe your audience is like 1 foot in, 1 foot out of wanting to work with you or joining your course or your offer. And the more they see this is when they decide to jump in. And because they're like, okay, other people are doing it, they're seeing the results, I want it. So these are so critical to like do often. If you have like a couple times a week, or just consistently show the social proof here. So the formula to sell on stories is having a beginning, a middle, and an end to your stories. So in the beginning, you want to introduce the topic and plan out what you are about to talk about and add in an engagement tool and just get straight into it. So if you pay attention to what you are enjoying, what you enjoy paying attention to within stories, it's people that get right into the topic. So there's no beating around the bush and then dropping the bomb. They are not trying to justify or where you feel like they are speaking to everyone. It's so important to speak to the one person when you talk to one person, when you're just speaking to a friend within your stories. And where you feel like you are listening to a friend, like that is when people are not going to drop off your story. So it's so critical. You just jump into it and you're using you instead of you guys within your stories. And then in the middle, this is where you're going to give value, share tips, trainings, or educating your audience, sharing testimonials or engagement tools. And by engagement tools, I mean like the question box, polls, emoji stickers. These are all crucial to keep people along so they're interacting with your stories. And then the end is where you will have your call to action, these are very helpful. Talk about how they can work with you, or maybe where to apply, where to buy, and actually talk about your offer at the end of your stories. So it is not just you hopping on and saying, here's my offer, buy throughout the whole thing. You are actually bringing awareness to a topic, sharing the value, and then basically saying, was this helpful? If you are interested in learning more, here's exactly how you can work with me. So going through these steps of storytelling within your stories is what's going to keep the viewer watching until the end. Okay, so the next important part is your story highlights. These are so crucial for your business. They are the selling for you on repeat part. So yes, your bio description is, your bio is so important. It's your business card, but your highlights are basically your everything in one place that's going to sell what you do. So here's how I use my highlights as a business owner. I have a start here highlight that explains who I am, what I do, and the different offers that I have with the link stickers in them. I have highlights for my main offers individually, the big main offers, not every single one. I would usually do like my high ticket offers that you really want people to join, that your audience loves the most. Within those, I usually have that, like who it's for. I put what it is, and then testimonials of people who have done it already, all within like the offer highlights. And I'll show you an example of this. So I put a few highlights with my offers, another one for my main services, and then different ways they can actually work with me within the highlights. Now, I wouldn't recommend every single offer up there. If you have a lot, I would try to keep the highlights within like 8 to 10 max. You don't want to go more than that to keep everything also updated. So I try to update my highlights every 6 months to give it a refresh to things that maybe aren't relevant anymore in my business. And maybe if I change things up. So to constantly refresh it. And the way I look at my highlights is like a mini sales page. So for my offer, so if you were going to create a sales page on a website, you're basically going to take that and create a highlight out of it. And the benefits of it, that you are not driving people off of your page to a website, where sometimes when people have to do multiple clicks, this is where you might lose them along the way. So this is right in front of them. They're just scrolling through your stories and your highlights. So instead, have everything in one place with a direct link at the end within your story highlight to where they would go if they brought to the website. So you're going to send them a direct link to like the sign up page. And if you have a product-based business, I would have best-selling highlight with your best-selling products. If you do seasonal launches, I would create one with that, and a testimonial highlight and reviews. So the highlights I would highly recommend you have is going to be a start here, your offers, your services. A fun one maybe could be like behind the scenes of you working your business, or something related to your niche. And then testimonials, featured. Get creative with it, like anything that's going to build authority and show your product and service. So if you do go to my offers on my page, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So you'll see the social intensive here going through it. There's a mixture of text, pictures, what's included, and then testimonials, adding any link stickers to bring them to the direct link to learn more or maybe to apply to work with you. So again, what I would include is the features, the benefits, your products or service, testimonials, and it makes sense. I would also include the story of maybe why you created that offer. If it's a high ticket, maybe share the story of why, like, what's the reason? Is it something you overcame, an obstacle? Get very creative with it. People love storytelling. That's what truly does sell. And I think a lot of people overlook highlights. And I'm definitely one of those people that if I land on your page, that is the first thing I'm going to look at when landing on someone's profile is I'm going to go check out their highlights. I'm going to get a quick peek into who they are, what they offer. So you really want to just make sure they are up to date and to go through them and remove anything that it doesn't make sense anymore to have, or give them a refresh, or maybe add new ones, refresh them and add new stories so people are seeing your stories again. Seeing your offers in your stories. Okay, and this last one, I bet most of you are not even using yet. And this is an incredible one to start using for your business. It's the close friends list, especially with most of us not having the subscription option. This is another way to show your value to your biggest fans and then make them feel like VIPs. Because when you post on your close friends stories, they will know, and it goes right to the front of the stories and it sits there. So there's no moving it. And they will always see that story. So you could show up weekly or once a month and then post in there. So you can also make this a paid option and have your one-on-one clients within your close friends. So everyone is receives the trainings and content you post within there. So I'm going to give you a few ideas of ways that you can actually implement this and use this feature for your business, because this works really, really well. I have used it. I love it. And I'm relaunching a new one again soon. So in close friends, it's where you can maybe do a bit more personal, get more personal with them, show things that you normally wouldn't show in your content on your stories on Instagram, do mini trainings, and then do polls so they can actually pick the trainings. So they're going to be looking out for them. You can share pre-sale pricing only for your close friends list and gain them access to this before they even launch. And then hop on your stories and tell your audience that you're doing this, so people are going to want to get on your close friends list. You can share more behind the scenes content with them than your regular audience. And you can also open up offers to them exclusively, like one-on-one coaching, special pricing. You can share some motivation in there. You can get so creative and do whatever you would like with this space, but it is so smart to utilize this feature, because with the algorithm and not everyone seeing our content, we know that our close friends list is going to have our content right at the front of their stories. So our biggest fans, VIPs, are constantly going to be seeing it, and you're going to be front of mind for them. So this is a great way to sell and to make them feel special. So they're going to want to be a part of it. Okay. So now for the big announcement that I'm so excited to launch, and you're the first ones to know about it, and you will also be the only ones getting this offer. And then we can dive into the Q&A portion of this masterclass. So if you found this training valuable and want even more support in taking your social media and business to the next level, I have a solution for you. So introducing the Social Accelerator Mastermind. I have poured my heart into this, and I'm so excited to finally share this with you. This is for you if you're ready to spend less time on social media and level up your business and revenue with a community of other driven women building their empires as well. So the Social Accelerator Mastermind is a place for you to learn how to increase your revenue on social media, how to grow your audience and build authority and engaged audience, learn strategies to take your business to the next level. So I know how stressful it can be when you're ready to see results, but you feel overwhelmed with all the free information being given on social media. You see other service-based entrepreneurs and coaches crushing it on social media because they have a strategy and system in place. So, and this maybe is exactly what you want, but you don't know how to get there. So I get it. This is exactly where I was as well. But you've maybe plugged into courses and mentors, and something has always felt like it was missing. So how does this sound to you? Gaining a mindset shifts to take you to the next level for women who are ready to shatter glass ceilings, finally knowing exactly how to show up on social media in a way that attracts your ideal audience, learning how to create offers that will help scale your business, having a clear strategy and game plan to know exactly what type of content to be creating to generate leads and revenue, feeling confident showing up for your business and being authentic with your messaging, having the accountability and guidance to show you the way, and being surrounded by like-minded people. So masterminds are a place for massive growth, mindset shifts to take you to the next level, for new ideas to be generated through the community, for women who want to push the limits, and having a mentor guide you and show you exactly how to do it with the ropes. So combining business, personal development is what has helped me scale my business, and I want to share this with you. So in a special setting to help you scale your business to the next level that you have been desiring. So if you're ready to accelerate your mindset, social, and business, then this is the space for you. What you will receive in this mastermind is 3-month commitment, weekly hot seat coaching with me, a private Facebook group with the other business owners and coaches, a minimum of 15 plus trainings in the Facebook group on business and social media, industry guest expert trainings, and then 2 new social media and marketing trainings a month uploaded to the Facebook page, PDFs and workbooks, access to any courses I launch while you're in the mastermind, and a bonus just for you guys of 60-minute one-on-one call with myself to like deep dive into your business, to figure out what's working, how to increase your revenue, and check out your social media and do an audit as well. So the worth of this mastermind and everything you're receiving is worth and valued at $15,000, but don't worry, this is not what I'm going to be charging. When this mastermind launches, it's going to be $2,222 to the public, and this is the lowest price it's ever going to be, because as I'm relaunching it, it's going to go up the next round, and there is also only limited spots available for each mastermind. So I'm going to be offering an exclusive price to you guys only on this mastermind for the next 72 hours only. And then it's going to go up to the pre-sale price when the launch happens to the public. So the price for you guys is going to be $1,777 for the next 72 hours. And there is also a payment plan option for $662 per month for a 3-month commitment. So this is limited spots. I'm only taking 15 people that are ready to invest in themselves, in their business, to take their business to the next level. So once these spots are filled, the doors will be closing. And as a bonus, you're getting the one-on-one 60-minute call with myself to go through everything and create a personalized business strategy and social media strategy to help increase your revenue. Okay, so let's get into the Q&A. I'm so excited for you guys. I really hope you learned a lot from this training and that you can go and implement this into your business. Now, if you